The Cloudflare outage on November 18, 2025, caused systemic, global disruption that exposed the fragility of the web's increasingly centralized infrastructure. Here is a detailed breakdown of the cause and the global impact of the downtime. Collision cause of the outage: the latent bug cascade. Cloudflare CTO confirmed the outage was not a cyber attack. The root cause was an internal engineering failure. Routine change. Cloudflare made a routine configuration change to a service within its network. Latent bug triggered. This change unintentionally triggered a latent bug in a service responsible for bot mitigation, a system that filters out malicious or automated traffic. System crash and cascade. The bug caused the bot mitigation service to crash. Because this service sits at a critical junction, the network's control plane, its failure cascaded rapidly. Widespread errors. The crashing service disrupted the internal logic that tells Cloudflare's network how to route and secure traffic. The entire system defaulted to a conservative safety posture, resulting in users seeing widespread HTTP 500, internal server error, messages across hundreds of thousands of websites globally. In short, a small, internal error in one critical piece of software triggered a chain reaction that took a massive percentage of the internet effectively offline. Globe showing Europe-Africa detailed global impact of the downtime. The impact was severe and immediate, affecting virtually every region of the world simultaneously for a period of several hours. 1. Disruption to critical global services. The most immediate and visible impact was the downtime of numerous high-profile, globally used platforms. AI and productivity. ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity AI, and other AI services were completely inaccessible, halting work for developers, researchers, and millions of daily users. Social media and streaming. X, formerly Twitter, experienced major issues, with posts failing to load. Spotify was down or experiencing service degradation, cutting off music and podcast streaming for millions. Gaming. Major online games like League of Legends and Genshin Impact were affected, preventing users from logging in or playing. Design and utility. Productivity tools like Canva and two-factor authentication platform Authy were disrupted, freezing creative and security operations. 2. Economic and financial consequences. While calculating the total financial loss for a few hours is difficult, the disruption affected global commerce, e-commerce, and payments. Websites for major retailers like IKEA and payment services like PayPal and Square experienced transaction failures and operational slowdowns, directly impacting sales and merchant revenue. Financial services. Services like Moody's, a major credit ratings agency, were affected, potentially disrupting access to critical financial information during business hours in Europe and Asia. Stock market reaction. Cloudflare's own stock, Net, gapped lower and lost around $1.8 billion in market capitalization intraday, as investors priced in the risk associated with a core infrastructure provider failing. 3. Impact on public and essential services. The outage reached beyond entertainment and e-commerce into vital public infrastructure. Public transit. Reports indicated that parts of digital services for transit systems, such as New Jersey Transit, were temporarily unavailable or slow to load. Cloud utility. The security and CDN layers of many sites relying on major cloud providers like Amazon Web Services, AWS, and Google were indirectly affected if they used Cloudflare as a front-end service. 4. The centralization vulnerability exposed. The most profound global impact is the stark reminder of the centralization of the Internet's backbone. Single point of failure. Cloudflare handles an estimated 20% of global web traffic. When one company, which acts as a gatekeeper for security, performance, and traffic management, suffers a failure, the cascading effect is massive. Lack of redundancy. The incident highlighted how dependent many organizations are on a handful of hyperscalers, AWS, Azure, Cloudflare. Despite best efforts, a single failure point can cripple a vast portion of the digital economy. Monitoring failure. In a moment of high irony, the primary tool users rely on to check for outages, Down Detector, was also intermittently inaccessible in some regions because it, too, relies on the same digital infrastructure. In summary, the Cloudflare downtime was not a localized incident. It was a global digital gridlock that demonstrated the systemic risk of an internet structure where critical functions are concentrated in the hands of a very few dominant companies. Kindly like and subscribe for more videos.